I am Danny Kessler, Associate Professor at Dongso University and Korea's first PhD in wellness tourism. This lecture connects wellness science, human behavior, and global market trends to establish a competitive innovation framework. Statistically, average ideas frequently defeat brilliant ideas in the real world. This occurs through the iteration system. Iteration forces a raw concept through cycles of feedback, creating the clarity and persuasion required to compete. In global markets, the speed at which a team improves an idea is a primary driver of its success. Initial brilliance is secondary to the rate of improvement. The top 3 teams are in the opportunity to fly to Phuket and pitch their work directly to global investors. This chart maps the pathway from a classroom project to the Global Wellness Summit. You are entering a $6.8 trillion global system. This economy encompasses sectors ranging from longevity and fitness to mental health and consumer technology. Because the wellness industry is built on solving painful human problems, the market only rewards ideas that have been fiercely refined. Delaying your action until an idea is completely perfect actually prevents the very feedback that is necessary for its improvement. Traditional academic instincts often favor quiet polishing. However, the global market requires aggressive, fast failure. Action generates clarity. A weak, tangible draft allows for immediate testing and refinement. A thought that remains in the mind cannot be improved. Consider what prevents you from sharing an early draft. Often it is a response to the traditional grading system, which encourages students to hide mistakes rather than use them. Success in global competition requires unlearning the reflex to hide flaws. You must treat early failure as a refinement tool. The process begins by identifying a spark, a real human frustration like sleep deprivation, aging, or loneliness that is currently poorly addressed. As this timeline indicates, you must verbalize this spark in the consultation before building any part of the project. This flowchart identifies the solo study culture as a root cause for overthinking. Thinking in isolation leads to the loss of critical industry connections and restricts your perspective. Verbalizing an unformed idea to a mentor anchors the project in reality and neutralizes the tendency to overthink. Use AI as a cognitive accelerator to rapidly draft scripts, hooks, and business models. This iceberg model shows the role of AI translation. It converts raw, invisible data into visual storyboards that an audience can see. Global investors respond biologically to emotional visual storytelling. They prioritize narrative impact over raw text. Your output must transition from academic writing to dynamic pitching to reach these investors. Traditional exam formats can lead students to over-index on text, which frequently results in presentations that lack visual emotion. Use these wireframes to map out the visual schematic for your first version by tomorrow. A text-heavy idea remains invisible to an investor until it is forced through a visual translation that triggers an emotional response. This comparison contrasts the slow, linear model of traditional submission with the cyclical model used in Silicon Valley. Data indicates that teams using rapid iteration cycles consistently outperform those focused on a single, slow polishing phase. Use tools like Canva and CapCut to prioritize speed and rapid prototyping over high-fidelity polish in your very first early drafts. Establish a weekly habit. Build rapidly with AI, upload an unlisted video, and gather immediate feedback. The tendency to hide early drafts often stems from educational environments that punish mistakes. Use brutal feedback in your second version to fix pacing and eliminate points of confusion in your visuals. Follow the global standard. Build fast, fail fast, and improve fast. Public failure through tight feedback loops functions as a refinement mechanism. This process systematically engineers the flaws out of the final product. Treating this project like standard homework often leads students to stop at version 3, leaving the idea vulnerable to faster competitors. This diagram shows the macro architecture of a winning project, a spark forced through a high-velocity feedback loop. The project is never truly finished. It is only presented once the feedback cycle has reached a professional standard. This equation highlights the critical role of repetition. Even brilliant concepts require a high volume of iterations to achieve the design and business viability needed to win. Stopping at a good enough draft often results in defeat when facing a global team that has cycled through 10 additional versions. Global investors judge projects based on 5 equal pillars: innovation, design, relevance, business viability, and presentation. This summary outlines the tactical actions required to score highly across all judging criteria. Leverage group intelligence by using peers, AI, and designers to upgrade your idea beyond your individual capacity. Winning requires transitioning from a student mindset focused on submission to an entrepreneur mindset focused on market entry. Passing global judging criteria requires orchestrating a network of human and artificial intelligence to elevate the pitch. The claim that there is no time to iterate is a common barrier to success. This scale shows the trade-off. Time spent on digital distraction can be reallocated to building proof of your professional capability. This process builds confidence, AI fluency, and a portfolio that demonstrates your ability to execute ideas. Build fast, iterate faster, have fun. This high-speed iteration system provides the competitive advantage necessary to secure global opportunities in the wellness industry.